Hi, welcome back. We're going to do another Cosmic Trial today. Today we're going to take Angela through the Cosmic Trial. So Angela has a very interesting mechanic. So her whole goal is to fill up this Heaven's Wrath bar down here on the bottom. Every one of my abilities here are going to add Heaven's Wrath to this bar, well, except for my dash. When it fills up, it will glow yellow. And then that happens, all of my abilities will spend Heaven's Wrath, and then they will not have a cooldown. So what I want to do is use any of these abilities, because they all have cooldowns, use them on cooldown until I fill this up. When it's filled up and glows yellow, then I want to spam my Rage of Zyphos. This is my big kind of damage part of my rotation. I'm just going to use Rage of Zyphos until that goes back down and is no longer glowing, and then I can rotate other cooldowns in. Obviously, if you need to still dash to avoid damage and not die, you want to do that. But if you do that, it's spending some of your Heaven's Wrath, so you'll get less Rage of Zyphos in. When you do Rage of Zyphos, you're kind of rooted in place while she's doing it, so it can be a little bit dangerous, especially when you get into cosmic content. I have died many a time sitting in a Rage of Zyphos. So a problem that can occur sometimes is while you're doing this ability, if that's not working, that's kind of her entire kit, and she becomes a very average hero. So there's a bug that sometimes when it fills up, it'll stay glowing yellow, but when you use abilities, it won't spend your Heaven's Wrath, and it won't refresh your cooldowns. So if that's the case and that's happening, the way you can fix that is find a piece of gear you have on that gives you a bonus to Heaven's Wrath. I have this dress right here. It gives her plus 94 Heaven's Wrath. If I take that off, my Heaven's Wrath total has changed down here. Put it back on, it goes back up, and then that will kind of reset the mechanic, and it will work in the future. While I've got her page up, I've just got pretty regular, easy to farm artifacts. I did bless them all. That's a great way to add power to your character. Just put Blessing of Hell on your characters. I'm using Relic of Atlantis. Obviously, I don't have many. You will probably have more of these. I'm using River of Soul. It's a pretty easy to create rune word that is really helpful. Gives you maximum Heaven's Wrath and power duration. Just useful, especially if you have a spirit-hungry hero. Gungnir is kind of the go-to level 70 legendary. Mine's not leveled up. I haven't really been leveling this up doing these Cosmic Trials, but if you need some extra power, there's a great place to get it. These are all her own uniques. The build guide will give you like challenge bonuses, and you can use the crafter to level up to 69. I didn't do any of that. And then the sling ring is probably the hardest to get piece of gear I have on her. If you don't have this, put a good yellow ring you found on there. You'll be fine. All right, let's hop in and see how she does. Damage is going to be fine for Angela. The sticking point where you might run into issues is going to be dying. If you are stuck in something, rooted doing your Rage of Zyphos or something, and you're not paying attention or being careful, watching your health, you will die. A really good thing to add for durability is on the Catalyst. You can get on medkit use to get a 50% health shield. That is super useful. It will help keep you alive and solve a lot of those issues. In this kind of like trash enemy phase, using your Rage of Zyphos to burn through your Heaven's Wrath is not the most important thing. I have not been doing a very good job of using just the Rage of Zyphos with my Heaven's Fury. I've been using other things. It's really good single target though on bosses, so I'll be doing a better job of making sure I'm spamming that ability when I'm fighting the enemies. Right now I'm focusing more on just staying out of circles. And alright, Madam Hydra is up, so I'm going to switch to her. I just saw a good example right there of why Jessica Jones is usually my team of choice, because she pulled everybody in like that. Alright, so when you see the green shield, you have to kill Madam Hydra's bodyguard. When you're using your cooldowns to build your Heaven's Wrath, don't feel like you have to save your Rage of Zyphos. You can use that as a builder too. When you fill your Heaven's Wrath, it will automatically reset all of your cooldowns. So it'll be ready to go when you're ready to spend it. So I will not be using my ultimate on Madam Hydra. I usually just blow that on Red Skull. You don't need to use your ultimate to beat the trial usually. If you can get through Madam Hydra, you're usually in a pretty good spot to pass trial. The shielding on her minion can be a little bit more frustrating than the shielding on Red Skull. His is scripted at certain health points, so it's a lot easier to kind of plan for. Alright, so she's down. I'm gonna run over here. Same thing, we start by clearing out trash until we can get him to spawn. And then we'll switch over to Red Skull. Yeah, just today you can also use your Heaven's Wrath for any of your abilities to reset the cooldown, so I just used my Angelic Smite with an AoE to clear some of the trash packs. With the Rage of Zyphos spam is your kind of your single target. Alright, Red Skull is up, so I'm going to blow my ult now just to kind of finish clearing out some of this trash and start damaging him as well.
I will not allow it.
So his minions, his shield minions come when he's at his current health, like 75%, 66%, whatever, and then 33 or 25, somewhere in there. There's 2 sentinels, so you kill the sentinel alpha to take his shield down.
Do you yield?
Shield minion.
I will not allow it.
And that's the chocolate.
I will have my
So, one thing I don't think I
revenge,
went over real quick,
but
her
red skull shall
my infinity points. So I always cap these at
always
150
return.
infinity points. So I've got 413 available over here. Nothing in any of the other stones, but the blue one, I put all 150 in here so I could get this +1 to all attributes. I went here because I wanted this plus. What do I have? 195 to Heaven's Wrath. I wanted to be over 1250, just to get more Rage of Zypho spam in when I'm in my damage phase. And so because I wanted to get to 150, after that I just put the rest in my critical damage. Another option is always to put your first points into the attack speed, which is what I normally do on most characters, unless I have some specific reason that I want to get their resource up. But that was the trial on Angela. Thanks for watching. Bye.